AI is all around us. It's in our phones, in our cars, in our homes. But what does it mean for our wallets? Will AI change how we budget, invest, save, even retire? And are we looking at a future where our financial advisors are robots? Hi and welcome back to the channel. My name is Pete Matthew. I'm a chartered financial planner based here in the UK, and that intro was written by ChatGPT, which is a bit of fun, though hardly groundbreaking. But AI is literally everywhere right now. I've just come back from 2 conferences for financial advisors, and it was mentioned repeatedly in all kinds of different contexts, never in fear, mind, but with excitement about what AI makes possible. So I thought it might be fun to riff a little bit on how I see AI being used in the personal finance world. This video is brought to you by Meaningful Academy Retirement Planning and not by AI. More on the Academy in a little bit. I asked ChatGPT to define what AI actually is, and the response was that it is a simulation of human intelligence in machines that are programmed to think like humans and mimic their actions. This can involve learning, reasoning, problem solving, perception, and language understanding, end quote. So, how might that be applied to our personal finances? Financial success is down to the compounding effect of many good but small decisions made over time. And I think AI is well placed to help us with those small decisions as we go through our day. So imagine it's lunchtime and you're thinking of heading out of the office to buy a quick lunch. Well, AI has access to your bank account through the open banking protocols, and it will know how long you've got until next payday. It'll know how well you're sticking to your budget this month, and maybe it'll prompt you to cap your lunchtime spending to £6 rather than 10 quid like you might ordinarily spend. It has learned your lunchtime spending habits, spotted that there's a bit of a disconnect between that and your desire to save for next year's holiday, and it'll coach you into making a better decision. AI is able to analyze our spending in many categories and look for savings, maybe even complete utility switches or cancel unneeded subscriptions automatically. AI will support us in putting our money to best use if we teach it what our goals are, and it'll learn our tendencies, look for disconnects, and then support us to align our actions with our goals. And its power will be in knowing the context of when we have to make these decisions, where we are, who we're with, how we acted last time we were in a similar position. Now that might raise concerns about privacy, and I'll address that a little bit later in the video, but I'd love to know what you think about this and why you think it. So let me know in the comments. A marathon runner who's looking for a personal best knows the pace they should be doing in each mile over a given course. They're usually wearing a watch that gives them all kinds of data in real time. They can make adjustments as they run to pick up the pace or get ahead if they're feeling stronger than expected. Better not push too hard though, or else they may be too tired towards the end of the race. Through training and real-time data, they can try and run their very best race. And I think that's going to be a key benefit of AI in personal finance, because financial success is definitely a marathon and not a sprint. You could even think of it as a D&D style quest with side quests along the way. AI will help us to navigate those side quests, saving for a holiday or a new car, for example, but do so in such a way that also supports our long-term goals of financial independence or a career change maybe. It will help us to apportion saving in the optimal split between short and long-term savings accounts and investment pots. And I get questions about that all the time, so maybe AI will quieten my inbox a little bit. AI could know when we're logged into our investment platform and sense check us when we're thinking about trading out of the market. It could ask us prompts about how we're feeling about our investments and then try to encourage good behavior. So let's say we've had a notification that our portfolio has dropped 10% from its previous high point. An AI prompt could remind us that for our asset allocation, 10% swings happen all the time, at least once or twice in any given year. But that on average, over 10 years, it has returned, 6.3% per year for those who have stayed invested. This will be much deeper and more personal than a simple "Are you sure?" prompt when you hit the sell button. AI will learn that you tend to log into your investment accounts more when the financial news is bad, and it'll offer context for what's going on. It might even preempt your logging in, as it learns the times when you're most likely to do that. By the way, if this is useful/interesting at all, then please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. It really helps us out, so Thank you. You know that I preach hands-off investing here. Just own the whole world by using passive multi-asset funds. Let capitalism build your wealth. Tinker with it as little as possible. Don't try and time the markets. That's basically it. But many investors are much more hands-on than that, and that's cool as well. AI will definitely help you to build and maintain a better portfolio. It'll notify you immediately that your asset allocation has moved out of tolerances, and it'll prompt you to rebalance and do it for you with just a spoken word. If your investments have an ESG or ethical approach, AI could notify you if one of the companies you invest in gets some news coverage which maybe calls into question its ethical credentials. It'll suggest alternatives as well, based on your criteria. Again, it's going to learn your behavior as an investor, identify irrational or unhelpful trends, and guide you towards more rational and disciplined actions. It could even help you to understand your risk tolerance in light of real-life experience in the markets and adjust your portfolio accordingly. So imagine getting a prompt that after analyzing your portfolio and your actions over the past few months, the AI suggests increasing the equity portion of your portfolio, and that could accelerate your progress towards your long-term goals. Now, before we address some of the concerns that you might have about all this, let me introduce Meaningful Academy Retirement Planning, your trusted guide to financial independence and a worry-free retirement. At Meaningful Academy, we believe that retirement should be a time of joy and fulfillment. Our comprehensive program equips you with the knowledge and tools you need to make confident financial decisions. You'll learn how to maximize your savings, navigate complex investment options, and develop a personalized retirement roadmap that aligns with your goals. Don't let uncertainty hold you back. Join Meaningful Academy Retirement Planning today and unlock the path to a meaningful and prosperous retirement. Visit meaningfulacademy.com/retirement planning to join now and take the first step towards a rewarding retirement. And if you decide to sign up, use the coupon code YouTube for a deep discount. Meaningful Academy Retirement Planning, empowering you to live your retirement dreams. For some people, the idea of AI learning our behavior and nudging us is just abhorrent. And plenty of people will be appalled at the idea of granting an AI access to our bank and investment accounts. And if we allow ourselves to be guided by an AI, how can we know that its prompts are not biased in some way? And who will be responsible if we act on an AI prompt and everything ends badly? Now, AI needs to be taught, of course, at least initially, but it's going to learn by itself as well. And I can see a kind of onboarding process where an AI will ask you questions, a little bit like a good advisor would, and pass your responses to start building its model. And of course, with bad learning, bad outcomes could ensue, and that's got to be addressed. Obviously, privacy is a concern for many people, but I think we're already in a post-privacy world anyway. We like the conveniences too much that sharing data brings. So I'm not sure it's right to get on our high horses about privacy. Now, that might be a contentious view, but I'll stand by it until I'm convinced otherwise. But eventually, I think it's going to become so inconvenient to do business of any kind without sharing our data, most people are just going to have to capitulate. Now, that might sound like dystopia to you, but I think we're probably going to have to get used to the idea. But clearly, there are lots of issues that are going to need to be addressed with AI. It definitely needs some kind of regulation. But for me, the potential benefits of AI to help us to help ourselves far outweigh any of these concerns. AI is going to help us to be better versions of ourselves if we let it and if we teach it right. And like many things, I think you'll have to be a little bit brave to be an early adopter of this stuff. But for those of us that do jump in, and assuming there's no major upsets, I think there's going to be some significant upside. And I'm sure that I've barely scratched the surface of what's possible here. I am no futurist, but I am reading more and more about what AI can do already, let alone what it's going to be able to do. I am extremely excited about AI and its impact on us as people who want to improve our financial situation. For me, it is an overwhelmingly positive thing, obviously with some cautions still in there. If we remember that it is about using tech to improve ourselves, then it just becomes a logical extension to the Apple Watch helping us to get fitter, and maybe an app talking to our fridge to help us make decisions which are better when we shop for groceries. Again, I'd love to know what you think, so let me know in the comments. Just promise me you won't use ChatGPT to generate those comments. I can't wait to hear what you've got to say, and I'm happy to be challenged, so don't hold back, but be nice. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do. Like and subscribe, and maybe watch this video next. It's all about the factors that make for a successful retirement, and it doesn't mention AI once. Thanks so much for watching this one, and I will see you next time.